Taurus, welcome to your general reading. We are going to take a look at your energies coming up in the near future. This is really a timeless reading, but is its most potent and most relevant during the week when it is posted. So, all Taurus placements are welcome here, and cross watchers are welcome as well. Without further ado, let's get started. Spirit, I thank you for the opportunity to read for the Taurus Collective today and ask for clear and concise messages as well as protection for myself, the reading, and the collective as we go through this active divination together. Ashe Amin. Alright, so I'm going to pull from my classic Rider-Waite tarot deck, and then I'll clarify if needed with my Tarot Nefertari, and then at the end I'll pull a couple of oracle cards from the Keepers of the Light deck just to send you on your way with a little advice. How are you doing this Mercury retrograde? I hope it's been treating you well, and I hope that you've been having a peaceful time as much as you can have one. Uranus is getting ready to leave Taurus, I believe on March 25th, so that's exciting. It's like what, an 8-year cycle. All right, let's take a look at actions, reactions, and outcomes. Action can be an action that you're taking as well, or an action that somebody is taking toward you. So just put yourself where you see fit, of course. Use your discernment. This reading might not even resonate for you. If not, that is okay. I also read for Libra on this channel if you have Libra placements like myself. Oh, okay. Oh. Am I taking all these? So I have the Hangman, the Three of Cups, and the Two of Pentacles. I'm going to take all three of these as your action. Okay, so you're active, Taurus. You're not playing around. Okay, let me feel out what's going on before I... Okay, I know that. I believe in you, Taurus. For those who do not know, I'm a Taurus sun. I'm also a Taurus Mercury. That's crazy. Good for us. And the outcome, King of Pentacles. Hey, man, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at you. With the Hangman, the Three of Cups, and the Two of Pentacles as your action, you have decided, Taurus, that you are no longer, you had a change of thought process. The Hangman represents being kind of, as you can see on the card, he's suspended, upside down on this post. And it gives him time to really think about, his situation. Obviously, the gender doesn't matter of the person on the card. It's all about energy. You've had a period of, I guess you can call it like being in a cocoon or being in a chrysalis is what I'm hearing. You have, my left hand scratching. Woo, shaba na na na. If you know, you know. You've been in this period of reflection and retrospection and introspection, and the way that you see the world has changed. You've gone through a period of more than likely turbulent, tumultuous waters, and you see things differently now. You've learned the lessons from what you've been through. And on this channel, we talk a lot about self-mastery and self-discovery and healing and reconstructing your peace and being able to extract and distill those lessons from what we go through after we have processed the emotional component. So another part of what I'm getting from the Hangman is that you have been processing the emotional components of your experiences and not just, letting them spill all over your perception, and cloud it. So you've been doing the work, and with the Three of Cups, you are in this position where you're now coming together with others. You might be working on a project with people who you might already know, or people who you vibe really well with. You're coming together and you're coming together and you're collaborating for a greater cause with the Three of Cups. But that was only possible with the Hangman energy. You would not have been in a place mentally to be able to, I'm trying to figure out how to package this. If you didn't go through this period of reflection, you would not be able to work with these people and get to a point where you're able, with the Two of Pentacles, to make decisions. You're choosing. You're the one that's calling the shots. You're the one that's choosing how you want to spend your resources, how you want to spend your money, how you want to spend your time, as opposed to someone else looking at you and determining, oh, do I want to spend my time on Taurus? Do I want to bother with Taurus? Do I want to give Taurus some money? You're the one who's making the decision. You're the one doing the choosing. So for that to all be in your actions, you've been very busy and you've been grinding, and I really respect that. And grinding doesn't always have to look like you working tirelessly. It can also look like you doing the inner work to, regulate your nervous system, to process, the emotional components of your experiences, especially the experiences that are, less savory and a little bit more bitter. A lot of the times those are the most difficult lessons to distill, because it's hard to process the emotional component. So the reaction being the Ten of Pentacles, we are in a space now of abundance. You're coming into a financial windfall for who I'm talking to. You might not even think that this is something that is possible for you. You really might think that this is something that's possible for other people. I'm also getting that you've made your peace with the idea that you might just kind of have to continue grinding. Like this Uranus and Taurus period that has been happening over the last 8 or so years, that's about to come to an end on the 25th of March, has really, really put your faith in self to the test and your commitment to your vision to the test. And so you're able now to rest in ambiguity, which is very hard for Taurus, because we are a fixed sign. We like stability. We find comfort and peace in knowing that we're standing on solid ground. So to not really have that consistently for the last 8 years or so, being able to make peace with the idea that, hey, it is what it is, that's a really big thing for Taurus. And because of that, you're being rewarded with the Ten of Pentacles, and the outcome is the King of Pentacles. You are not living paycheck to paycheck and worrying about if you're going to be able to, rob Peter to pay Paul, and you got to take a little bit of money off of you can't put as much money in your gas tank because you got to make sure you pay the light bill. You can't get this for groceries. You got to eat rice and beans for the next 2 weeks and noodles and fry an egg and go to sleep. You don't need to do that. Now you're in a position where you are abundant. You've learned lessons of you've learned your lessons, whether that includes frugality and how to save your money and how, that's great. But you're not really going to need that as an extreme as in the past. Going forward with the King of Pentacles, you're moving into a position now where you're actually able to rest and you're able to trust yourself. Because the King of Pentacles is one that it has trust in self as it pertains to how he spends his resources, how he spends his money, how he spends his time, how he spends his energy, and where he's doling it out, when, and why. So because of this, you've gone through these lessons. You're being rewarded with the Ten of Pentacles, financial windfall, extreme fulfillment through abundance, which for Taurus is very important. And the outcome is that you're actually able to manage it. So you go from the Two of Pentacles and the Three of Cups and the Hangman. You're learning how to juggle these pentacles. You're learning how to come together with others. You're learning how to change your mindset. That results in a financial blessing, just to clarify so that you know what I'm saying to you. And then from there, the outcome from all of this is that you actually know how to maintain said abundance. It's not something that, how people, I don't remember the exact statistic, but you ever heard how people who win the lottery, within X amount of years, most of them go broke? Because they're trying to keep up with the Joneses, and they have all this extra stuff going on. And also the neighbors of people who win the lottery. Also, there have been studies that show that a lot of times the neighbors of people who win the lottery oftentimes end up having some financial difficulties as well, because they're trying to keep up with their nouveau riche neighbor. So that's not something that you're having to experience because you've learned your lessons. Things like that only happen to people who have not learned their lessons. And a lot of the times you'll look around and you'll look at people who are even older than you, regardless of your age. You'll look at people older than you and you'll be like, damn, you haven't learned your lesson? Okay, I'm not judging you, right? No tea, no shade. I'm just shocked that you haven't learned. So I'm clarifying now. We got the Queen of Swords that has fallen out of the deck to clarify the action that you've been taking. You're very, very laser focused on healing your mind, nurturing your mind, and processing the emotional components and the mental experiences, the mental component of what you've gone through. This is clarifying the Hangman. So you've been really putting in the work to ensure that you are not taking the cycles with you that you experienced in the past into your future. You become hyper cognizant of what it is that you are. I love the design on these cards. This is a Nine of Cups. I'll talk about this momentarily. You are hyper aware of what it is that you need to do mentally, how you need to shift your mindset in order to facilitate all of these wins. And you can actually see this. I'm getting that, like, for those who are resonating with this, you have a sense of metacognition that perhaps you didn't have before. With the Nine of Cups, you're walking into extreme happiness, extreme fulfillment. Why would you not be if you're getting a financial windfall, right? And is there anything else that I need to know about this before we head into the Oracle? This is very straightforward. I'm really, really happy for you, Taurus. I think with the Ace of Cups, yeah, you're having a renewal of in going into your near future. You're having a renewal of emotional fulfillment. You're having this new kind of emotional chapter starting in your life after going through a period where you had to, stop the timer and say, all right, man, wait, let me kind of assess and address my own mental state and what my mental needs and my emotional needs are, so I can go forward and not block my own blessings. And you do exactly that. So this is flawless execution. I'm not going to lie. Flawless. Whatever it is you're working on, it is going to succeed. It might not look like it right now. It might be slow. It is going to succeed. I mean, look, I think I only have like a handful of subscribers on this channel. I literally just started this channel. I love what I do. This is fun for me. So I already know this is something I'm going to succeed at because I enjoy what I'm doing. So what advice do we have for the Taurus Collective as we head into the end of Uranus and Taurus? So we have Saint Germain, karma releasing, move beyond drama, create your own path, make room for good energy. Okay. So you're in this period of renewals. This year is this breaks down into a one. So this is all about new beginnings. We also have Isis. Also Ishtar. Like I'm getting Ishtar for some people. If you're like me and you have Levantine roots, that might be something significant to you. Magic manifesting. Your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming reality. Stay focused. And you know this. Like, no, I don't think anything I'm telling you as far as your oracle cards are something that you don't know. I'm getting that you're very intuitive yourself. You might also be a tarot reader. You might also be very spiritually inclined. So go forth, be great. I'm really proud of you, Taurus. You're doing the damn thing. Continue pushing on. Continue succeeding. A lot of the times in the autumn, you don't really see the leaves on the trees blooming, but the roots are still extending underground. And so your roots are very strong, you're firmly rooted, and you're ready to take on whatever it is that comes at you. And I love that for you. I love that for us. So with that being said, thank you so much for being here. Be sure, if you resonate with this reading, to like and subscribe, so that way you're able to stay up to date with the latest energy readings that I give out. Hopefully you have learned something from this, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Talk to you soon.